What is up, guys? In today's video, I'm going to be going over how to play Claw in Fortnite Chapter 3. If you guys aren't aware, Claw is a grip which allows you to hit all of the face buttons, so A, X, B, Y on Xbox or triangle, circle, X, square on PlayStation, without taking your thumbs off the analog stick. If you guys do enjoy this video, find it helpful or informative, remember to give it a like, subscribe if you'd like to see more, and comment down below what type of controller player you are if you play on controller. Do you just play normal grip, non-claw, non-paddles? Do you play claw or do you play paddles? Let me know down in the description or the comments down below. So, for starters, like I already said, the whole point of claw grip is that your index finger is going to be on those face buttons. That way you can hit them without taking your thumb off the analog stick. People who hold the controller normally have to take their thumb off the analog stick to hit any of those buttons. And this creates problems in shooters or games like Fortnite, because if you want to jump shot on somebody, that's going to be a problem. If you want to build immediately while also like hitting your switch mode while also being able to move your camera and aim and stuff, that's going to be a problem. Same with editing. And Fortnite has a lot of actions where you need to be hitting those face buttons while also being able to aim at the same time. Building, editing, and shooting, all of those things you need to be able to hit face buttons while also moving your camera. So playing claw or using paddles is very advantageous in Fortnite, and it's pretty self-explanatory. Claw is a free alternative to paddles, and in some senses you can kind of view it as better or worse just depending on how you see it, but it just takes some getting used to. I feel like a lot of people make a much bigger deal about claw just because they're like new to it or just seeing it for the first time, but a lot of people hold their controller with their index fingers on like L1 or R1 or LB or RB anyways, and really all you have to do in that sense is just kind of shift that finger down a little bit, and it's really not as uncomfortable as people make it out to be. I feel like once you give it a try and like actually try to get used to it, as always, getting used to any sort of setting change is really just about the time you put in. The more you play, the faster you're going to get used to it. And creative is the most efficient way to practice things in creative. There's many building maps, editing maps, and just fighting maps where you can get in the repetition of playing the game much faster than you could in actual matches. So if you are someone who's thinking about playing claw or you want to try playing claw, I would definitely recommend trying to get used to this in creative first. That's going to be the easiest way to do that. And this just makes it very easy for you to have ideal binds on any controller. The less you have to take your thumb off the analog stick, the better. I've been playing claw since about like 2008. This is before paddled controllers were really a thing. Now there's lots of people who have custom controllers with paddles or buttons on the back that do basically the same thing, where you can activate those buttons without taking your thumbs off the analog stick, and then people just map them to the face buttons, and it solves the same problem. But I've just been playing claw long before that was a thing. There is like rumors or like kind of things people talk about claw causing hand problems or wrist problems. Personally, this isn't a thing that I've ever had problems with, and like I've said, I've played like this for many years. And there's also countless controller pro players in several games like Halo, Call of Duty, and even Fortnite who have had really long careers and also played claw. So if this hurts or causes like any pain for you, don't do it. That's not good. But just the guarantee that you will have wrist problems if you play claw, I feel like is kind of overstated. And I think regardless of how you hold the controller, if you're playing like 8 to 12 hours a day, you're likely going to have some sort of problems anyway. So it's not exclusive to claw players. It's more of just a repetitive stress thing. Mouse and keyboard players have wrist problems. It's not exclusive to how you hold them. It's just doing the same thing like that for hours and hours and hours on end can lead to problems. So I feel like people blaming wrist problems have always just been kind of something they use to make excuses for themselves as to why they don't want to play claw. Like I feel like oftentimes, at least in the controller community, people have complained about custom controllers giving people an advantage, and then claw gets brought up as a free alternative to that, and they're like, well, no, that causes wrist problems. So they're just like constantly shutting doors of how they could improve because they just want to have that excuse already lined up. That's how I feel about it, at least. I don't know. I could be wrong. I definitely recommend trying to play like this if it is something that interests you. Just being able to have ideal binds, the less you have to take your thumbs off the analog stick, the better. So whether that's playing claw or whether that is using paddles, I think one of those things is definitely going to be advantageous for you. And there's a reason why all these custom controllers are so prevalent despite being so expensive. If you guys don't want to play claw, but you still want to get the benefit of having ideal binds and not having to take your thumbs off the analog stick, that way you can jump shot and aim at the same time, make edits and aim, build, and do that all fluidly, My code EvolveJake is $60 off aim controllers for the month of October. So you can get a custom controller. My code will get you $60 off, which is a pretty sizable discount. And not only do these controllers have paddles, they also have things like digital triggers and buttons, making them as responsive as possible and like as reactive as possible. That way you can just do everything as fast as possible in the game. Extra grip on the back. There's countless like cosmetic customization options you can get on these controllers. And then also there is a lifetime warranty on the controllers for the parts they modify. So if your paddles ever mess up, if your triggers ever mess up, if your digital buttons ever mess up, they will fix it and replace it for free. So if that is something that interests you, there will be a link down in the description for aim controllers. I'd recommend trying claw first. If it is something that you can get used to, it's going to be a free alternative to that. And it's something that you're going to be able to do forever from controller to controller. But if you just can't get the hang of claw or you don't want to, custom controllers are a nice alternative and it makes the game much easier to play and just makes you a much more efficient player in game. If you guys did enjoy this video, find it helpful or informative, remember to give it a like, subscribe if you like to see more, comment down below what type of controller player you are, non-claw, non-paddles, claw, or paddles, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Oh my gosh, man. Dude. Holy! Like the entire lobby has that out for me this match. I'm like not the best on mats. So this is the last guy. Nice. GG's.